Awesome. So guys, I'm going to formally introduce myself. I'm Wiley Barnett. I'm originally from Stowe, Vermont, which is a small ski town up in the northeast of the US. So I'm originally from Vermont, born in Manhattan, really grew up in almost like a bubble. Like Stowe, Vermont, the way I would describe it is it's very wealthy, not a lot of crime, just wealthy in general, just a lot of good people from that area. So I grew up in Stowe, Vermont. That's where I'm from originally. Grew up playing sports. Soccer, basketball, tennis, played tennis my whole life. And then in high school, I added on jujitsu. So I love jujitsu as well. That's something I currently train. I've competed like 2-3 times. So very passionate about jujitsu. I'll tell you guys why I chose jujitsu. I'm going to keep this completely unscripted for you guys. So I love jujitsu because it pushes you to get uncomfortable. It pushes you to work hard. And I always chose things in my life that were going to be hard. Right? Like I chose the gym, extremely hard to get in good shape. I chose jujitsu, extremely hard to get in good shape. Business and entrepreneurship, it's extremely hard to get to a level where you're very successful at it. So I always chose things that pushed me and made me uncomfortable and turned me into the man that I am today. So those are kind of things I like to do. And I'm going to fast forward to kind of my entrepreneurship journey. So at 18 years old, I was faced with a decision. It was either, and I'll tell you guys, from my hometown, from Stowe, Vermont, 99% of people end up going to school, end up getting a degree, end up working 9 to 5, and that's what they do, right? So at 18 years old, I was faced with that decision. And online, it's very encouraged to, drop out, you don't need school. And I felt that pressure, right? I didn't really want to go to school, to be honest. But my parents at the time were like, Wiley, you have to go to school. That's what everyone does. So that's what I did. I ended up going to The Ohio State University at 18 years old, enrolled as a freshman, and I knew deep down that's not the path I wanted to take, right? I was extremely frustrated that I was in that position. I saw people online winning. I saw them doing well. And I was like, why do I have to sit in my classroom, listen to a professor that makes like 30, 40K in a year, and most people are just smoking, partying, doing their thing. And and I'll tell you guys, it was very isolating, right? It was very lonely. I felt alone. And I was stuck in that spot my freshman year of school at Ohio State. So I chose a degree. I chose, like anyone was that went into business, was like a marketing degree. So I started out doing marketing at the Fisher School of Business at the Ohio State University, did marketing. And again, just extremely trapped, extremely frustrated. I remember showing up to my lectures and I couldn't listen. In fact, while I was at my lectures, while I was at the laptop, I was literally looking up like drop shipping, e-commerce, SMMA, crypto, sales, whatever I could do to try and find a way out. I actually want to see if I can pull up a picture for you guys. I remember very, very clearly sitting in the back of my classroom and remember writing down on this, like the Snapchat memory, that I feel stuck. I feel trapped. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you guys. Maybe you guys can see it here. Here it is. Look at this. So I literally said, school is so pointless. And then I said, I need to break free. That's my freshman year of school. So I remember feeling extremely trapped, extremely stuck. And I was like, I need to find a way out. I have to find a way out. What can I do to break free from this system? So I started doing my research. I started watching, who was I watching at the time? Iman Gadzhi, Andrew Tate was big at the time. Who else? Jordan Welch was in e-commerce. I started watching these info creators to try and find a way out. So I tried drop shipping. I tried drop shipping hard too, because I believe in like genuinely committing to something, because I knew from the gym, I'd been in shape from the gym, that I genuinely committed. I genuinely fought to get in shape. And I felt like that was the same skill set I needed to roll into business. So I really tried drop shipping. I really dove at it. I spent money on ads. I did that hard for like 7 months. Never found any type of money. In fact, I think I lost $1,000 with drop shipping. So I did that, quit on drop shipping, and then I tried to start a social media marketing agency for real estate agents. I was going to help them generate leads for real estate. And I actually got my first client with that, funny enough. Crystal, I remember her name. And I fulfilled for her. I don't know, I made like $1,000, but again, I tried to get clients again, couldn't do it. So I ended up quitting SMMA, okay? And then I went back into e-commerce. I tried to drop ship Pokemon toys from Etsy. And I remember, I think I sold like a Snorlax, and I felt very ecstatic. I felt like it was finally working. I sold 1, I sold 2, I sold 3, I sold 4, and then bam, out of nowhere, everything got stripped because I was screenshotting pictures from Alibaba. So my entire Etsy store went down, and then I was back at square zero again. And that was the time when I finally decided to take a risk. I genuinely threw my last $5,000 at a sales mentor. I was like, dude, just show me what you know. Tell me what I have to do to make money. I'm willing to learn a skill. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I have to find a way to break free. So fast forward, I paid him $5K, and he taught me the ins and outs of sales, okay? How to influence, how to communicate, how to use hand gestures, everything A to Z on exactly how to sell. So I learned sales, and that was very transformative with me. I made a little bit of money there. Again, nothing crazy, 2, 3K a month, maybe max. And what I did is I used that skill, and instead of closing leads at the time for another offer owner, I used the skill set of sales, and I started a fitness coaching business. Why did I start a fitness coaching business? Because I was in shape, and at the time I had watched a video. I think it was Andrew Tate. He literally said, write down things that you're good at. Write down things that you're better at than other people. And for me, I felt I was good at fitness, right? Because I had been training for, I'm at the time 3-4 years in the gym. So I was like, hey, what if I use this skill set? And what if I use something that I'm genuinely good at? And I offer that to the marketplace. So I built my fitness coaching business, and it was actually funny how I was running it. I had a series of affiliates reach out to people in the, you probably have heard of Facebook groups, but at the time it was school groups, the thing that Alex Hormozi ran, SKOOL. So I had people reach out within those communities, and I built my business originally from that, okay? So I did fitness coaching. I utilized my skill set of sales with fitness, and I built up a decent clientele. I remember very clearly sitting in my dorm room, signing my first client for $1,500. That was the most rich I'd ever felt. Came downstairs, I was literally shaking. I was like, bro, I made $1,500 for my own business. I was ecstatic. So I remember that very clearly. And I did fitness coaching for, how long did I do it for? I did it for literally about 12 months, right around 1 year. And did that. I built up a fairly decent clientele that was paying me on retainer, $500 a month. Did around 6-7K a month with that business model. And that was the time I felt like I was balling. I felt like I was extremely rich. I was making 6-7K a month. And for being in college, that was decent. Usually people around me were making $15 an hour, working with the school. I genuinely loved running that business because it was very fulfilling. I was offering a service that genuinely changed people's lives. So I did that. And then I got offered, which is kind of a funny story, the original mentor that I told you guys I had paid $5K for to learn the ins and outs of sales. Someone else had also paid that mentor to learn from him. And essentially that mentor said, Wiley, offer owner, you two should work together. I feel like you guys would be a great fit. And I ended up working on a very popular B2C offer. And I started out setting, which is, I'll give you guys kind of a background on how the info industry typically works. Usually there's a creator that has a big Instagram page. They have a lot of followers. They have a lot of attention, and they need someone to close their deals. So a setter is someone that makes sure the lead is qualified financially, has intention to buy. So I started out finding people that wanted to buy the product, that wanted to basically work with the offer owner, buy his program. So I started setting, right? So I learned that skill of setting qualified leads on a calendar. So I did that for around 3-4 months consistently. I did very well with setting. For a setter, I mean, nothing crazy, 3-4K in a month. I did that on top of my fitness coaching business at the time. And then eventually I got offered the role to close. And closing is what genuinely changed my life. Closing, so instead of setting the lead for the closer, right? Make sure they're financially qualified, make sure they have intention to buy. I was now the closer. So I was now the one that had these leads, and I was the one that was responsible for closing them. So I ended up closing, and I really started to come up at the beginning of 2025. So I was closing deals at 15% and started closing very well. I learned how to handle objections. I learned how to pre-frame fear. I learned how to crush limiting beliefs. So when I started closing, that's when I genuinely felt free. That's when I genuinely felt like, hey, I'm not going to view money the same anymore, right? I can't view money as if it's something I work hard for $20 an hour. I'd rather go close a lead. I'd rather go make a commission on a 5K product, right? Because a 5K product, let's take a 5K price point, 15% on that 5K price point, $750, right? You close a deal, that's very decent money. So I started closing consistently at the beginning of 2025, and I finally started to feel free. I finally started that I'd almost escaped, right? I didn't feel stuck or trapped anymore because I had a skill set. I had something that was genuinely gonna set me free for the rest of my life. And that deep down, I can't tell you how freeing that actually feels. When you actually finally feel free and you know that you can get paid really whenever you want, wherever you want, that skill set was genuinely freeing for me. So I did that consistently all the way up until now, which is at this moment, it's December 17th, 2025. So I started closing a while ago. I had a little bit of past closing experience, but a majority of my come up was within this year and closing consistently from January to December. And I did very well with it. And now I'm at the point in my journey where I genuinely want to help other people learn that skill set because it's something that genuinely set me free. And at the start of my journey, my only goal was to be free. I didn't need the watch. I didn't need the car. I didn't need to travel to crazy places. It was to take care of my mom and my dad, and it was to set myself free. I knew if I could do those three things, take care of mom, take care of dad, and be free, I would feel like I made it. And I can't tell you that how good that feeling actually feels. It's freedom, it's love, it's abundance, it's not having to worry about stress. And I want to give that feeling and I want to give that freedom to other people. That's what I feel like my mission is to inspire other people, to free people and help them figure out a way to make money without having to go work a job. So that's my story, where I'm at right now in terms of helping other people. We've had countless people do extremely well with us. So it's been a blessing to be able to teach people sales. And that's my story so far for you guys. So my lowest point was when I was a freshman in college and I had just came to school because everyone else was doing the exact same thing. Everyone was going to school. And I remember going into my dorm room and feeling extremely frustrated, sitting at my desk and saying, why am I stuck here? And I can't describe that level of pain. It's very painful. And knowing that you're meant for more and not knowing where to go and having that level of uncertainty is the most isolating feeling anyone can feel. And I remember being trapped in my dorm room and thinking like what is life? Like, what am I doing here? And it was hard. It was hard being that level of lonely. When you know you want to take care of your family, you know you don't want to go down a path that other people are going down. You feel genuinely, painfully lost. And that's how I felt at that moment. And it was at that moment that I genuinely had to use all of the pain that I was experiencing and use it to become the best version of myself. I remember this quote that my fourth grade teacher taught me, funny enough. She said, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. The thing that was genuinely the breaking point was my mom. My mom is, and I'll tell you about my mom. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. But the thing that made me genuinely go in on entrepreneurship was the fact that my mom was still working a job and she's older. My mom is, hopefully she doesn't hear that, she doesn't kill me. But my mom's 63, 64, 65, I'm not sure exactly, but my mom's older. And my mom still works to this day. And at the time, you know, she'd text me, she was stressed out, she didn't want to go to work, she was going through a divorce at the time. And I can't tell you the level of pain seeing my mom work. Seeing my 65-year-old mom work was genuinely painful, genuinely heartbreaking, because my mom raised me. My mom was everything to me. Even I remember fourth grade running out of the classroom crying because my mom was leaving, but she would sit on the bench and wait the entire day. So she felt like I was there. And maybe it seems soft, but my mom was always there for me. And it still to this day genuinely brings me pain that my mom is still working. So that was the breaking point for me. I knew if I wanted to build the life that I desired and I wanted to make the vision that I had a reality very clear, I had to go into entrepreneurship. I had to find something that was going to work. It wasn't a want. It wasn't a that would be cool if. It was a need. And it set me on a mission to be able to take care of my mom. That was the breaking point for me. And to this day, that is what has driven me to doing well within sales. And the day that I take care of my mom is the day I'm going to feel like I won. That is the day. Not the watch, not the car, not the fancy trips. The day I'm able to go to my mom, I'm able to hug my mom, say, Mom, you do not have to work anymore. That's the day I'm going to feel like I made it. That's the day I'm going to know every single long night I put into it, it paid off. Get super clear on your why. Understand why you want to go down the business route. Understand what's going to carry you through the hard times. That's going to be the thing that helps you be successful at your journey. So the biggest thing starting out for me in my journey was I simply wanted freedom. I knew if I could find a way to be free, that's the thing that I'd feel like my life is worth living. However, before you have the success, before you're able to travel, to be free, to take care of the people you love, you're going to go through a lot of self-doubt. You're going to go through a lot of pain. And it's going to be very hard to push through. And I'm actually going to read you guys a journal entry that I wrote in 2021, and I want to show it to you guys as well, but I'm going to read it out loud here so you guys understand where I came from. And if you're on your journey right now, you're probably in a similar spot. So I'm going to read it to you guys. I saw it, the life I'm building, the wealth, the love, the gratitude, proving my word, freedom, competence, confidence, my family, my wife, giving back to my dad plus mom, and my brother and I as the most powerful team. Wiley, I know you'll read this in the future. I can't wait to see where we're at right now. At the moment, I'm giving it everything I've got, and I will not quit. I know I'm on the right path, so when you read this, just smile. I already know you're proud of me, and that's all I need to keep going. And guys, even reading that brings me emotion, because there was a time when I was in school and I had no idea where I wanted to go with my life. People were reaching out on LinkedIn. People were doing like cold outbound posts. They were doing internships, and I completely refused that lifestyle. And I'll tell you right now, if you're on your journey right now, you're probably going through a level of isolation. You're probably a lone wolf. Or maybe you've got that one friend that works hard alongside you, but for a majority of the time, you're on your own. And that's extremely hard to go through. But know if you're able to push through that, on the other side of it, it's completely and utterly worth it. The freedom you taste, the people you're able to take care of, not having to work hard for a paycheck at $20 an hour, all of the pain you're going through pays off in the long run. I'll tell you something about sales versus any business model. Sales is the one thing that if you genuinely pour your heart out at, you genuinely work hard, you review feedback, you get better, you're guaranteed to make money with it. Now, is it easy? No. It takes consistency, it takes discipline, it takes time, it takes effort. But as long as you're willing to put that into your own skill set, you're going to learn how to close leads, you're going to learn communication at a high level, you're going to learn how to influence, and it's the one skill that's actually guaranteed to work in the long run and make you money. So if you're already making money within sales and you feel like you're hitting a ceiling, what you need to do is you need to find someone that has that third level of awareness. Because the difference between someone that makes 5, 6K a month in sales versus someone that makes 40 to 50K in a month in sales is simply a level of awareness. What very good closers are able to do is they're able to look at the discovery process. They're able to find what objections are actually going to come up in the close, and they handle it up front. So if you're making a couple $1,000s a month and you genuinely want to improve, you want to make more money to either take care of your family, free up your time, spend more time with your family, Hire someone, work with someone that has done the numbers that you want to obtain, and he's going to be that awareness for you. He's going to help you see things that you currently don't see, and in time, that's going to make you more money in the long run. So how do I actually break free from my current position, whether I'm in school or I'm working a job I don't like? How do I break free? I'm going to tell you guys right now, the life you're currently living is very uncomfortable. You're probably not making the money you want to make. You're not able to have the time freedom that you want to have. That life is extremely uncomfortable. Now, on the flip side, investing in yourself, the time, the energy, the effort it's going to take to get better, that's also uncomfortable. But what you need to do is you need to find someone that has lived the life that you want to live and has the results that you want to obtain. Get uncomfortable, make an investment, make a commitment into yourself, and he will give you the information needed to break free. My first mentor gave me this, and if you listen to this, you're going to be extremely successful. Information changes situations, okay? If at the moment right now, you knew exactly how to make the money you wanted to make, how to spend your time the way you wanted to spend your time, if you knew exactly how to do that right now, I think you would go and do it, right? 100%. The truth is just that you don't know how, which is not your fault, number one, and I won't judge you on it. But what I will judge you on is if you let another 6, 12 months go by and you do nothing about it. Understand that information is the sole factor stopping you and holding you back from where you want to be. Go find information from people that have the results that you want, learn from them, implement it, and you will be in the exact same position as them. If you want to learn math, you learn from a math teacher. If you want to learn karate, you learn from a karate teacher or a black belt. And if you want to learn how to be successful in a certain industry, go learn from someone that has done what you want to do. So a lot of people ask me, hey dude, what do you actually do? So I do something called high ticket sales. Now what high ticket sales, it's kind of a buzzword online, but what you do is you find a offer owner, and it's typically in the info product space. So courses, mentorships, anyone that sells a coaching program, you essentially go to them, you say, hey, I'll take all of your sales calls, I'll handle all of the selling, and all I want in exchange is 15% on any closed deal that comes through. So that's how I started, and that's how high ticket sales work, is you get paid a commission for selling someone's coaching program. Now, a lot of people ask me, what do you stand for? I want Wiley Barnett to stand for discipline, to stand for hard work, to stand for taking care of the people that you love most, to stand for living the life that you want to live. That's what I want my name to stand for. And that's what I will go down as, is the person that was able to inspire people to become the best version of themselves. So if you're in that spot right now where you feel isolated, you feel by yourself, genuinely understand that it gets better. You will work hard. You will continue to go through the struggle. And over time, you're going to look back at the past version of yourself and you're going to say, you know what? I'm proud I went through that. I'm glad I pushed through the hard times. I'm glad I was able to push through the anxiety, the isolation, the depression, because you'll build a version of yourself that you're genuinely proud of. That's who I want to inspire. That's who I want to speak to. And my first ever mentor told me this one thing that changed my life. He said, Wiley, skills pay the bills. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Skills pay the bills. So the more high income skills that you have, whether that be marketing, whether that be sales, whether that be offer creation, whether that be leadership, the more high income skills you're able to stack, the more money you're going to make. So if you want to improve, you want to find a way to make money, go learn skills. Go learn something that's genuinely going to pay you.